Well, Maxwell House, one of the cappuccinos. Boil that. Sweeteners in. I don't want 5 in. Tell you what, it's been lovely. Coming up after tea. Now, the temps starting to drop now. Will that fit in the sponge? I don't know if this will fit in. Yeah. That's what I like about this. You can that'll keep it out. That's for, well, when I got it, I put up water in on the night time, about 9 o'clock at night. Well, I was drinking, having a couple of cups from it, and I washed it out and put up water in, and it was still drinkable the next day at 9 o'clock. So 12 hours. I mean, it wasn't red hot, but it was hot. Still not back the thing is. Oh, I've done a bit of DIY on my quilt. Yeah, fetches in. Just tilt this down. Show you what I've done. I've added some bungee. I mean, I wanted to put black on, but I had this off now 10 poles. I'll put it. That's like neither foot end. That's 4-inch piece, and that's an 8-inch. And I've added a mini carabiner there. So all I do is that. You see, and I mean, it was a bit drafty, you know, if you moved about, but now, I tried it out at the lakes a couple of weeks ago when I went. I mean, I didn't have any of these carabiners, so I had to order some. But now, you see what I mean, that's the top end, and it thingies. Stretches, so that on. Doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's in it together. Yeah, that's caught in. Yeah, I'm gonna try these. Try these in and then on the bow and pull this end in. Let's get that. Right, like that. I'm just undo. I'll leave them. So that there. Yeah, I'm starting getting out a bit more now. Well, I've warmed up since I put my, got the bloody name of it, the goat, I got it on bushcraft. Yeah. Snow pack in it, no, it's not the snow pack one. Softy. My softy jacket. Yeah, it was well, not a last minute thing. I got about dinner when I said, oh, I fancy going on a camp. And our kids said, get yourself on one. I said if I go, I'm only going up to the campsite up Billisdale. Anyway, I rang the bloke, asked if there was, I know he gets like cubs and scouts and that, if it was full the field. And he said there was no one up. So these must have turned up, this other couple, they're doing the coast to coast. I wouldn't mind doing that, having a go on that one day. Yeah, so I know I haven't done much, I've done a bit of coping, my thingy, but I just like being out. Oh, it's on your campsite. I was at the lakes a few weeks ago, I put a vid up about that, but it was only me cooking, because I didn't get there till late. And I've done a bit of cooking, a steak, mushrooms, and then I had a bacon bun. And I enjoyed it. First, I mean, I've been to lakes before, like I've been in Windermere swimming and that years ago, but not camping. And it was alright. But I went in the other tent, it hammered down all night. Wind got up. Yeah. We haven't had it out for a bit. Well, yeah, it's an old tent this, but it's made in Scotland. It's got the motor, the thingy badge on it. But you're in it, I mean, 95, the early 90s, I think 95. I emailed Vango and they sent me, they had any information on it, and they sent me, they emailed me a copy of it, how to put it up. Because I was a bit stumped putting it up when I first got it. I know it's 2 poles, and the red pole goes in the front and the green in the back. But it goes up all in one. And I've read a bit on the, I think it's what's it, Magic, that forum, I forget the name, and there was a few lads on there that they'd had them years ago, and they're really solid tents. In fact, I think Hillerberg, the Nalos based on this. The tunnel. I might go out in it one thingy to a campsite when we forecast a bit of wind and that, because I think it'll stand up to the wind, as you can tell. Now I've got the guy lines on. I didn't use the guy lines on because it's them the little silver thingies, and I didn't know how to do it. I got some cam cleats. It's a 260 the size. And the thingy on perfect. I think the farmer's gone for the couple who were jumping coast to coast. I think he took them to the pub. I could have went down, but I don't really. I have a drink now and again, but I didn't come out with a drink. I didn't even fetch any cans up with me. Yeah, the little girl with binoculars, they're alright then. If I ever go to the races or even just spotting like wildlife and that, I went to Tees Nature Reserve looking at the seals. And I'd had them a bit and I'd just messing about with them. Yeah, they're alright. Quarter 9, darkening it and give it another half hour. First of May today, isn't it? I'm never not bad them cappuccinos. I've got some of them, I've got about half a dozen of them, and I think I've got some tea bags. I'll have a cup of tea. I should have fetched my book up with me, but I'll see what these are doing it when they come on. I mean, I'll probably be getting in the tent, but you can have fires up here as well. He's got the fire bins. I've got some wood. I know down the other field here there's a big metal thing what you can have them in. I'm just waffling on now, so the battery, I might just leave it till the battery goes and then I'll put a new one on if I do some more. Oh, I've got my candle lantern there, but something's happened to the how can you see? And now when I light that, I don't know what's happened. There's a thingy there, no wonder. Oh, is that just burnt into there? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Can you see that? How it's thingied? I mean, they're the proper, is it UCO candles? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cut some of the wick off. See if it starts burning funny. The flame was about 3 inches high. It was licking out of the top. out of the top of there. And you should have seen the soot in that. I had to clean that. You know, underneath, that's stainless. But anyway, I'll get back to the buying on eBay. He sort of thingied me, and anyway, I couldn't leave him any feedback. I got back in touch with them, and I said, thanks for the thingy, I've got it, it's safe and sound. Because usually, I've read a few thingy about them. There was another one, what I was watching. Anyway, when I went back, it sold, but when I looked on the feedback, he had to give the refund because the glass had arrived and it had smashed in transit. But I mentioned to the one who I bought this off, can you wrap it well? And he did. He put all bubble wrap and it didn't shake about in the box. Anyway, get back to the eBay story. About a week later on eBay, it's the first ever time it's happened, I got a message off eBay saying, we've looked at your account you have bought outside of eBay rules, and warning me if I do it again, I'll be getting barred off eBay. Now, I can understand where they're coming from because you're not supposed to I mean, but he had a few more things for sale, and he was gradually stopping them. So I think people were messaging him, and he was doing it to save on the fees. But you don't save much if it's only 10-20 quid. You start saving if you're selling like stuff for like I don't know, a bike or an expensive tent or even anything. Once you start running into the hundreds, because it's 10%, but it's more the take off it, isn't it? It's more than 10%. Well, but it's all, you even get thingy on your post, it works out at about 15% to take off you. Yeah, and I got a message off him saying, we've noticed you've done a deal outside of eBay. But yet, I've done deals before outside of eBay, and I've never had that happen. I mean, what has happened there? There's bloody one. There's 3 wicks, and there's one on the side. 2, 4. I can see them all. I don't know what to do with this, whether to just light the one, bend them down, cut them off, and light the one what's in the middle. I think I will, because the flame was shooting all over. Hopefully that'll just I'll just light that one. Yeah, I'll light it, see what I see if it things. I don't like them ones next to it. See what happens here. I'm aware because I don't want to dig in that. See, they've come in handy already then. I know the way bit, but I don't mind taking these. I mean, they wouldn't replace a proper knife. You couldn't do any battering, and well, you could, but you'd probably reckon. But for odd jobs and that. it's burning. See how the others burn. That looks to be burning alright. Careful with these because they get up, don't they? Mind you, it's lighting them other ones now, can you see? So, I'll just see how it goes. If it starts getting out of control again. Yeah, they're back now, eh? They are, down to the farmer. Alright.
Oh yeah. How you doing, you alright?
Yeah.
How'd your dinner go?
Alright, it was pretty nice. What did you have?
I had goulash and soup. And
Nice.
but then you're going to have a bacon sandwich in the morning and we're just going to have a milkshake.
If I'd sort of, if I'd knew I'd have fetched some more bacon, but I didn't know you were going to be here.
You still got the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out this shop's open. We'll get down there and back, I'm sure.
There's one in Middlesbrough.
I'll be back. I'll be back within the hour.
That's alright, as long as it's by the morning.
Yeah. Because you can head to where Emsley. I don't know if you will know it. If you stay on that road,
Just saw the name then.
Emsley, yeah, and then you can go out the coast of Scarborough and Whitby if you follow it all the way around.
We're taking the long route.
Yeah.
We're going that way.
So where's your car? Have you come in a car now?
The car's in Kirby Stephen.
All right, yeah.
And then we,
Right.
so we go back from there to there. Still planned.
Yeah, sort of.
So we know where we've got to be every day.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, I'll catch you in a bit then.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Right, where's me? See, all right then. One. If you hear me talking, I'm just talking to the camera. I'm not talking to myself.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Yeah. The battery's about to go. I think I'll turn it off. Yeah. It seems to be burning alright now, you see. I mean, is that normal for it to have 4 wicks? I don't know. just going to leave it, just let the battery go. And then I've said to him if I'm talking, I'm just talking to the camera, so I'm talking to myself. I mean, there's not much you can film when you're at camps like this, especially doing the solo. You're in the tent. I think my next one, I'm going to do a bit of a hike.